Hello there. Now while we're waiting for some batteries to charge up, this is the charging department. We're not exactly standardised. Got some Greenworks. That is a strimmer. It's a strimmer with a it's here brushless motor, and it has a cord or a blade. We're going to be using the blade this year to have a go at some bamboo that's growing, getting a bit too wild. So I'll tell you about that. It's a good machine, very good actually. I got sick of trying to start two-stroke engines with my other strimmers, motor strimmers that I had for years. Of course, it's very powerful. The motor strimmer is virtually unbeatable for power, but convenience is important when you're getting older. So there is the Greenworks charging station. Here we've got we're waiting for this one. This is a battery for my very small angle grinder. It's Parkside. It's come from Lidl. There we are, waiting for that to charge up. Where else have we got? That's my little mini chainsaw, that's charged up. That's my Bosch drill. This is a selection of batteries, Ferrex, Aldi's, and there's large ones, small ones, small capacity, and there's a large one. They're all 40 volt, 20 to 40 volts, 20 to 40 volts. They've been ever so good, they have, and they power a lot of the tools that I've got. Let's just undo this one. Show you. That's a smaller one, you see. It powers the same thing. It's a smaller battery. It doesn't quite last as long, but they've been very good. Had several years. This is my work light, another Aldi, brilliant that is. You've seen that in action with the motorbike. Right, waiting for those to charge up, so for a quick look at the other things we've been using. Before we go though, these are the two batteries for my mower, electric mower, and that's been good. It's the batteries, one of them is brilliant, one of them has gone off a bit. But I've had the mower, it's been its third year now. I can tell you more about that another day when we go mowering. This is the little chainsaw I showed you that we've been using. Been using that when we were doing the chainsaw carpentry. That's an Aldi. Brilliant little thing that is. On the table here we've got a melee of clocks. These are the clocks I use in the garden. There's 13 stations, 13 parts of the garden that are irrigated from a central pump, and each one is controlled by one of these clocks. There are various clocks. This is an Italian one. It only works once a day. This one will work up to several times a day, as will that. There's another one of those. Those are quite good. An orbit. Here's some more of the Italian ones. Once a day, they suit most of the garden. There's a multi one. They're here because they're out of the frost. And when I get a dull day with rain and things, I'll come in here and sort them out, clean them up, and check the batteries for this next year. Round we go. Tool store is somewhat tidy. We have a battery angle grinder here. We might be using that today. Now that's a Ferrex. That's an Aldi. That's a good tool. A battery powered angle. It's a full size angle grinder. Yeah, not the big one, but the standard size, 100 and some mil or whatever. Here we've got that little what the hell to call it? Saw that bends. We're using a lot to do the joints on the doors for the polytunnel. That again is an Aldi. That's been brilliant, and that's got one of those little batteries, you see, small one, 20 volt, 2 ampere hour. The other one's 4 ampere hour. So that's been a brilliant tool. Can't tell you later what they call it. It's a something saw, because it tilts as you press this gadget. Look, it goes up and down. You can alter the depth of the cut. That's been good. First time I've used that. While we're in here, I must mention that's what we're using for some of the chainsaw carpentry. That's that same battery, look, the Aldi battery, 2040 volts. That's the bigger ampere hour, 5 ampere hour, that one. That has been a cracking tool. And here's an Aldi hedge cutter. Again, same battery, look. That I've had that year. Do you know, I've never sharpened the thing yet, but I do lubricate it well with duck oil all the time, before I use it and after I've used it. That's been a smashing tool. It's very light, you see. I bought another one actually, I haven't used yet. See there, that's a new one. Ready for when this first one conks. We've got a Greenworks edge cutter here. There's the head of it in there, battery powered again, uses the same batteries as the ones you saw. That's been a good tool. I used it last year, bought it last year. Battery powered again, yeah, works. Now we're going to, there's that pillar drill I was telling you about. The Parkside came from Lidl, 15 years ago, when I won some money on a Boule de Four challenge. Yes, it cost €49 about maybe 12-15 years ago. Now they're 79 or something, but it's a very speed. You know, normal type of pillar drill, but that is, when you want straight holes cutting and, you know, something accurate, that has been really good. Well worth the money. You know, you might only use it, 2 or 3 times a year, but when you need these tools, then you need them, to do the job properly. I know my carpentry is only knocking it together, but it stays together. There's that little angle grinder. The battery's on charge. That's a Lidl Parkside. Battery goes in here, look. That's been super. We're going to use that in a few minutes to do some more work on the piping that the strawberries are going in. Now we've come into the workshop and we're going to look at some of the more permanent tools that we've been using to help with this polytunnel. So it's the woodworking shop. Here's the offcuts of plywood that we bought from Bric-a-Marché. I can't remember exactly. It wasn't a lot of money. See all these tall thin bits. There's some MDF. There's some fiberboard. There's some formica coated board. The whole lot is in it. You get a trolley, big shopping trolley, and if you're lucky, the day you go, there might be one full and ready. They don't always have them, but it's offcuts from when people go in and order a piece off a big chunk of wood, and that's all they want. And these are all the offcuts they sell you. See, says that one's marked out for part of an animal. I've chopped it in half, but we find them very useful. And as you say, it's been very useful so far in the polytunnel, and the cost is virtually nothing. Right, chops. This is the what's it saw. I bought this again in Saumur quite a few years ago. It was on offer. It wants a bit of a service look. It gets used a lot, but not looked after. So it keeps working. So it's a damn good tool. I think it's a German make. It might be Chinese, but it's quite good. It does the job. It's got lots of adjustments, look, for doing angles and things to hold your wood, and it's got everything you need in there. Workbench, electric fret saw. We haven't used that. The table saw. That's the other thing we've been using. This came from Rundle's in New Bolingbroke as part of my wages. I think I might have mentioned that many moons ago. 1970s I bought this. It's from a kit, you buy them in a flat pack, very early flat packs. assemble it. Motor under there. The saw is fairly adjustable. There's some adjusting angles underneath to waggle it from side to side, so you can tilt it a bit sideways. Depth, of course, you can alter, and then the cut control here, it's very simple, but it does the job. You can do angles by altering the angle on here, look, and moving this bar. You can alter the angles of your, you can put points on your wood and that kind of thing. So it's a good basic saw, and I've had it since 1984. 84 I bought that as part of my wages. I was self-employed, so I think 1 week I had this instead of something else. So that's been brilliant. And again, it's been sat here. I probably haven't used it for 4 or 5 years, but then now look, I've been using it every day to cut wood for that, for making the doors in the polytunnel. I worked out, this is some of the spare decking. I've used 2 bits of this. It's a 4 metre length of decking, and to make the doors for the polytunnel, I've used 2 like this, cut them into 4 bits, and here's a bit left over, look. Just a bit I've got left over yet. I'm going to make another door, you know, from one end and put some netting over it so that it lets the air in but not the flies. Quick look at the tools then, and then we're going to make a start on the strawberry piping. Hello again. Right, I hope you enjoyed that little look at the tools we're using. The next episode we're on to finishing off those tubes for the strawberries. But anyway, yes, the knocking together carpentry. Well, yeah, I'm afraid that's what it is. I don't make any pretensions to be a cabinet maker, but I do assure you that my carpentry stays knocked together. It works. Right, if you like it, I do hope you like it, and think about giving us a like, and how about subscribing to the channel to help it grow, and how about even sharing the video with some of your mates. Thanks for being with us today. In a minute we've got the links for the Cracker Books publications. Remember, there's hours of entertainment, they're all free to download. There's even picture storybooks, you know. There's some, I think they're really good, about horses and dogs and whatever. There's something you can learn every day. So thanks for being with us this time. Until the next time, cheerio.